going to just sit there?
As compared to what? Standing?
Not standing, rowing.
Rowing? Hadn't planned on it.
So you expect me to show...
Bioshock Infinite has finally released and has been universally acclaimed, but does it really deserve all the high to perfect scores it's receiving? Let's find out.
Very clear that I don't believe in the exercise.
The rowing?
No. Imagine that's wonderful exercise.
Wait a minute, that card.
The story is well written. I won't spoil anything here in terms of the story here, but it may require another playthrough or looking up a wiki or message board for this game to get a better grasp of it. This is the kind of game that immerses you into the story rather than the gameplay. The effort put into the story is commendable. By the end of the game, you'll be left in a daze trying to figure out what you've just seen.
Make yourself ready, Pilgrim. The bindings are there as a safeguard. Ascension in the count of 5.
The visuals are stunning. The floating city of Columbia is definitely appealing to the eye. The opening scene where you're introduced to the city of Columbia will leave you in awe. If you explore the map extensively, you may find some low resolution textures here and there, but overall the game does look quite nice.
15,000 feet. Hallelujah.
The ending. Yes, that ending. If you haven't played Bioshock Infinite yet, I won't spoil anything for you, but damn. It's the kind of ending that'll leave you thinking about it for days after playing the game. It's definitely not a good guy beats bad guy ending, believe me, it's much more complex than that. And it's best if you don't spoil it for yourself before you play the game.
Excuse me, where am I?
Heaven, friend. Or as close as we'll see till Judgment Day.
Best keep such questions to myself, unless I want to get made.
He's still there?
Elizabeth?
Done!
There! That one!
Elizabeth is a good AI partner. What I mean by this is that she's not the type of partner that'll get in your way, most of the time. She's unaffected and ignored by enemies, and she'll often find cover in the midst of battle. She'll even find you ammo for your weapons, health, and salt, which is essentially your energy bar that's used up by the use of vigors. Not only that, as you may have noticed in the demos and trailers or in the actual game if you've already played it, Elizabeth can open tears. These tears are basically portals to alternate dimensions, allowing her to bring in a crate of medical kits or weapons, bring in hooks for you to jump onto, or even turrets and motorized patriots.
Yes, we did it. I don't know if I brought us to a world where the Vox had weapons. Or I created one.
Go! Damn hook must be magnetized.
The gameplay is somewhat varied. Although it's relatively standard, it's a nice change from the traditional run and gun style shooters. Figures can be charged to set up traps or just blasted directly at enemies. Elizabeth can open tears to open new possibilities in the gameplay, although she's restricted to what tears she can actually open since they're all preset. Sky rails to navigate the map, and of course a few guns to do some damage.
Just because the city flies don't mean it ain't got its fair share of fools. Alright. Still got a girl to find.
The PC version is relatively decent. There are a few frame rate issues since the game loads the next portion of the level during gameplay, but other than that, there aren't any major issues I've noticed. There's a sufficient amount of options available, such as ambient occlusion, DX11 effects, depth of field, and so on, in the game setting, and you can further alter the game to your liking in the configs files. I didn't experience any major issues during my playthrough of the game, however there have been widespread reports of frame stuttering.
Perfect day for the celebration.
You can only carry 2 weapons at a time. If you played the previous Bioshock games, you'd know that you can literally carry all the weapons available in the game. There's no real tactical or strategic value in carrying just 2 weapons since you don't actually know what you're going to be fighting up ahead. By default, you carry a weapon to deal with normal grunts and a heavy weapon to deal with the heavies. And oh yeah, there's heavy grunts such as Handyman, Motorized Patriots, and so on. although you could say that you would be a bit overpowered if you could carry all weapons available in the game.
The son of a bitch is in the park!
The game is a bit more linear. Instead of being put into a sandbox map for each level, you're put into a more linear map with the occasional sections available for exploration. It's not a drastic change from the original formula, but it is a noticeable change, which some players may disagree with. The ghost boss fight is repetitive. A minor spoiler here. You don't fight this boss once or twice, but 3 times. If that isn't tedious enough, this boss is a bullet sponge and constantly spawns undead to attack you. You might want to tone down the difficulty of the game specifically for this boss fight, otherwise you'll be in a time for utter frustration. Bioshock Infinite is a single player game only. It's best to keep that in mind when considering a purchase. It took me approximately 8 hours to finish the game while neglecting side missions and extensive exploration. Does it deserve all the perfect scores it's been getting? Not in my opinion, but it's definitely a great game. All in all, if you're looking for a good single player shooter experience that has a deep story, this is the game for you.
DeWitt, stop. Do not alert Comstock to your presence. Stop. Whatever you do, do not pick number 77. Stop. Lutess. What the...
Why, good day to you, sir.
Hello?